Hi, grade sevens. Okay, we are almost done with our first chapter for term 2, and that is the properties of materials. Okay, so we went through all the different types of properties for the material, and now we are going to look at what is the impact of all of this on nature. Okay, so first we are going to do the definitions so that you know if I'm referring to it, then you know what it means. Okay, so the first one is a gold ore. So that is a rock that contains tiny pieces of gold. So it's not like we see in the movies, they dig in the ground and then there's a pot of gold. No, that is just in the stories. That is not how it really is. So you get like a piece of rock and it looks just like a ordinary rock, but as soon as you use the chemicals to loosen it up and to break it down, then you get these teeny tiny pieces of gold, and then they melt it together, and then only you get a big piece of gold or a gold ring or earrings or things like that. So it's only little pieces that you get before you can get the whole ring. Okay, so the second definition is rehabilitate. So that means we have to restore the environment so that the nature can grow again. So if we mine and we dig and we use the chemicals, those chemicals go into the ground. I will explain it later on in detail, but the chemicals go into the ground, and then the trees and the flowers and nothing can grow with that chemicals. Everything dies. So that is when we need to rehabilitate the environment. So there where we are going to mine or dig, that company, if they are done, they need to rehabilitate that ground that they used, um, to make it so clean that the plants will grow and everything will turn back to normal. Okay, start the impact of mining precious metals. So metals like gold needs to be mined. The mining process have a negative impact on the environment because, like we know, the chemicals that are used, the plants and everything will die. So mines use chemicals to separate the gold from its ore. So that rock, they use the chemicals so that all the teeny pieces of gold can come out. So the chemicals can cause water pollution. So what happens if the water is polluted? Well, the animals drink it. The plants and nature need it to grow. And as well, people are going to get sick because they also need to drink that water. So the rock gets dumped, and the dust that blows off it can be harmful to the people's health. And it is also difficult for the plants to grow there because as soon the rock that they use has all these chemicals in it. So now we take that chemicals, or the companies take that chemicals or that rock, and they just throw it anywhere, and that is not the right way to do it. But we all know that some of the companies don't follow the rules, so they just throw it wherever they want it, and then it dries and the wind comes and it blows, and then with the wind all that little dust is going inside our houses or into the river, or on the ground where the animals are. So that is why I'm telling you the dust is harmful for the people, because you can get sick. The plants can't grow because in the soil there is chemicals. So our mining operation have a major effect on groundwater because the water moves through the tunnels mixing with the chemicals. This process can form poisonous substance such as sulfuric acid. This pollutes the water for people, animal and crops and flows into our nearby rivers. Mining companies also have the responsibility to rehabilitate the area. Okay, so it's the mining companies' responsibility to make sure that if they are done with in that area for the mining, that they need to rehabilitate the area so to make it clean again and safe again, so that the people don't get sick, the animals don't get the chemicals in, and everything is turning back to normal. So that is the responsibility of the company. Okay, so I'm going to use the following pictures to show you in the loop how it goes. Okay, so our first picture is where we are going to mine for the gold. So we are going to dig a tunnel, and then all the little diamonds or rocks are going to come out. And then afterwards, we are going to use the chemicals to get our gold. And then from there, when the chemicals are used, it's going to look like a red kind of water. So as soon as it rains, all that chemicals are going into the water, and that water are going into our rivers. And we all know that the fish in the river will die. People have to drink that water, so that is going to be harmful for ourselves. So with the companies, they need to clean it up. That is the responsibility of the company. As soon as they are done with that area, done with the mining of the gold, if they know that there is no more gold in that area to find, then they need to make sure and clean it up nice and tidy so that we have a clear view again, so that the nature will go back to itself, it will grow there, the water will be we will be able to drink the water, and so on. So that is the responsibility of the company. So that is how the cycle is supposed to work, and where they start, they need to make sure that if they are done, it is back to normal again. Okay, so wherever they start something, they need to make sure it is good again for us as well. Okay, bye guys.